Folks, in my 20 years in the league, I've never seen anything like this. What I'm about to reveal could shake the NFL to its core, and trust me when I say, there's a reason the league is buzzing. What you're about to hear remains under tight wraps. An insider scoop so explosive, it could redefine the future of the Detroit Lions and send shockwaves through the entire league. But I can't just tell you part of it. No, I'm here to give you the full, unfiltered truth. The kind of truth that only a select few insiders have access to, and let me tell you, what's coming changes everything. But first, hit that subscribe button, smash the like, and activate the bell, because this isn't just another rumor. This is the kind of story that separates the casual fans from the true insiders. If you want to be ahead of everyone else, if you want to hear the story before anyone else, then you're in the right place. Because what I'm about to lay out isn't just a trade, it's a seismic shift, and it's happening right now, behind the scenes, as we speak. Now let's dive deep into the story that's been kept under lock and key. Yet it's so big, so game-changing, that I guarantee you'll want to hear every word. This is a veteran scout's insider analysis, and I've got sources deep inside the league. So buckle up, because what's coming might just be the biggest NFL story of 2026. And trust me, it's only just beginning. Let's start by examining the current landscape that makes this story so extraordinary. The Detroit Lions, an organization that has been on the rise since Dan Campbell took over, are coming off a historic 15-2 season in 2024, a franchise record, league-wide revelation. Their aggressive style, innovative coaching, and relentless pursuit of excellence have positioned them as a perennial powerhouse. But as we enter 2026, cracks are appearing behind the scenes, and those cracks could soon turn into a seismic rupture. Dan Campbell, the fiery, gutsy leader who redefined the Lions' identity, isn't just playing for a division crown, he's building an empire. When you look at his aggressive approach, routinely going for it on fourth down, trusting his gut more than analytics, the league knows this team is different. But even with that boldness, there's a lingering question. Can the Lions sustain this level of excellence without some strategic upgrades? Because, folks, that's where the story truly begins. They're still operating with a core that boasts some of the league's most promising young talent, Jared Goff, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and an elite defense led by Aiden Hutchinson, and that rising star in the secondary. But there's an undeniable void in their receiving core that could be the difference between a championship and just another playoff run. And here's where things heat up. The Lions desperately need a game-changing wide receiver, someone with the ability to completely elevate their passing game. They need someone who can stretch the field, demand double teams, and make those impossible contested catches in clutch moments. The perfect player exists, a player whose full potential has yet to be unlocked. But how do you acquire him? That's where the plot thickens. Now I want to take you deeper. I want to give you the full picture, the kind of behind-the-scenes intel that only insiders like me can access. Because, behind the scenes, the league is buzzing about a trade scenario so audacious, so shocking, that it's almost unbelievable. We're talking about Brian Thomas Jr., a name that's been flying under the radar, but not for long. This kid, just 23 years old, is a former LSU superstar whose rookie season in Jacksonville was nothing short of spectacular. Do you remember his breakout in 2024? When he led all rookies with almost 1,300 yards on 87 receptions with 10 touchdowns. That wasn't just luck or a flash in the pan. It was a message sent loud and clear. This kid can fly. Elite speed, size, and hands. He's a prototypical boundary receiver with the ability to turn a quick slant into a house call or stretch the defense with his deep threat. But here's the twist. His sophomore season in Jacksonville was riddled with issues. Drops, injuries, inconsistency. Things you'd expect from a young receiver still learning how to dominate at the next level. And yet, despite the regression, the scouts are whispering that Thomas's ceiling might be even higher than his rookie production. His potential is so tantalizing that NFL execs are whispering about a possible blockbuster trade. Now, why would the Jaguars even consider moving him? That's where it gets interesting. As of January 31, 2026, Thomas remains a key piece of their future, publicly. But behind closed doors, the Jaguars are exploring options. Their crowded receiver room, Jacoby Meyers, Parker Washington, Travis Hunter Jr., and now adding more firepower via the draft, has created a surplus that they're willing to leverage. Rumors suggest that Jacksonville might be tempted by a first-round pick, especially if they receive the right offer that addresses their pressing needs elsewhere. Furthermore, Thomas's youth and explosiveness make him a highly valuable asset, especially with his rookie contract still in play through 2027. And here's the secret. What if I told you the Lions are secretly preparing a trade package so bold it could make NFL history? Think about it. Detroit has the assets, draft capital, young players, cap space, to orchestrate a deal that would leave everyone in awe. They've got their eyes on Thomas, and sources close to the team tell me the interest is real. Let's analyze how this could come together. It starts with the Lions sending Jacksonville a package that includes a late first-round pick, maybe a future second or third, and possibly a young player. Perhaps a draft prospect or a player of their own they're willing to part ways with. The key here is value. Jacksonville wants a premium return for a player with such high upside. The Lions, on the other hand, see in Thomas the missing piece that could push them over the top. Cap-wise, this makes sense. Detroit has enough flexibility. Experts estimate they have around $20 million in cap space, enough to accommodate Thomas's rookie deal and any incentives. They're also prepared to restructure or extend some contracts if necessary to make the numbers work. As for Jacksonville, they're looking at a rebuild on the fly, adding picks and young talent to their roster, all while maintaining flexibility to chase even more playmakers in the upcoming draft. Now, the technical side of this trade, it's complex but doable. The Jaguars would likely want a first-rounder, probably a 2026 or 2027 pick, paired with a second-round selection to balance out the deal. The Lions could include a mid-round pick, maybe a 2026 third-rounder, plus a young player with a promising future, perhaps a linebacker or a secondary piece, making the trade palatable for Jacksonville. But here's the clincher. What makes this trade so appealing isn't just the raw talent. It's the scheme fit, the timing, and the Lions' desire to push their offense into a new realm. Campbell and his new offensive coordinator, Drew Petzing, are all about explosive, vertical football, and Thomas fits that mold perfectly. With his size and speed, he could become Jared Goff's primary deep threat, stretching defenses and opening up underneath routes for Amon-Ra St. Brown and their running game. And it's not just about 2026. The Lions see Thomas as a cornerstone for their future, someone who, in their eyes, can be a franchise-altering piece, a receiver who could dominate the NFC North and challenge the league's best for years to come. This is where the drama ramps up even further. You have to imagine the ripple effects. Imagine the Vikings, Packers, and Bears all watching this unfold, knowing that the Lions are making a bold move. If Detroit lands Thomas, the NFL playoff picture shifts overnight, because now they're not just contenders, they're outright favorites to make a deep run. This would be a statement trade, signaling that the Lions are all in, that they're willing to pull out all the stops to establish dominance. And what if I tell you that at the highest levels, league insiders are already whispering about this? That behind closed doors, the negotiations are heating up, with both sides carefully balancing risk and reward. This isn't just wishful thinking, that's the reality I'm hearing from sources close to multiple teams. And the best part, the league is watching in silence. Every move, every conversation, every negotiation is happening under the radar. Yet the potential impact could be felt everywhere, from the NFC to the AFC, as the NFL prepares for what could be a historic offseason. So what makes Brian Thomas Jr. the perfect fit? It's his blend of elite athleticism, youth, and raw potential. His deep threat ability is exactly what Detroit needs to stretch defenses and create space for their versatile offense. His size and speed make him a matchup nightmare, especially with Goff's ability to deliver accurate deep passes. And the fact that he's still young means he's entering his prime just as Detroit is positioning itself as a true contender. But let's get real. This isn't just about talent. It's about the storylines, the drama, the league-wide implications. Should this trade happen, it will be a watershed moment, mark my words. The question is, are the Lions willing to go all in? Do they see Thomas as the missing puzzle piece? And if they do, how soon will we see these negotiations turn into an official agreement? Because trust me, this is happening, and it's happening fast. Now I want to leave you with one last thought. The NFL is a league of stories, the kind that get told for generations. And this trade, this move, could be the beginning of a new chapter. The Lions aren't just chasing wins, they're chasing greatness. And Brian Thomas Jr. might just be the key to unlocking that greatness. Stay tuned, because what's coming next could redefine the NFL landscape forever. And I'll be here every step of the way, breaking it all down, bringing you the inside scoop. Remember, you heard it here first. This isn't just a rumor, it's the kind of story that legends are made of.